There are more devices online right now than there are unique addresses the original internet was ever designed to hold. That's not a glitch. It's a math problem baked into the internet decades ago, and it nearly broke everything. To understand the crisis, start simple. Every device online needs an address, so data knows where to go, like a mailing address for packets. Without it, a web page you request would have nowhere to be delivered. This address is the IP address, and it's the backbone of every connection you make. Think of the internet as the world's largest postal system, moving billions of tiny letters every single second. When you type a website name, your computer doesn't actually know where it lives. It asks the domain name system, the internet's phone book, to translate that name into a numeric IP address. Only then can your request travel to the right machine. This lookup happens in milliseconds, billions of times a day. So what does one of these addresses actually look like under the hood? It's simpler and stranger than you'd guess. The original design, called IPv4, uses 4 numbers separated by dots, each from 0 to 255. Behind the scenes, it's just 32 bits, ones and zeros. That means the total number of possible addresses is 2 to the power of 32. It sounds enormous until you count them. 2 to the 32nd power gives roughly 4.3 billion addresses. In the 1980s, that felt infinite. Barely anyone owned a computer. But that ceiling was fixed forever the moment the standard was written, and the world had no idea how fast it would fill. 4 billion once sounded like more than humanity would ever need. That assumption aged terribly. Here's where it went wrong. Early addresses were handed out in giant blocks. A single company could receive over 16 million addresses at once, even if it used only a fraction. Whole ranges sat reserved and wasted while demand exploded worldwide. The math was generous when it should have been careful. Then the world changed. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of a network at the same time. The web went mainstream, then phones arrived, then smart TVs, watches, doorbells, thermostats. Every gadget wanted its own address. Global internet users leapt from a few million to over 5 billion people, each with multiple connected devices demanding a spot in that fixed pool. The pool that felt bottomless was draining fast, and the people running the internet could see the bottom coming. On February 3rd, 2011, the top-level authority handed out its last remaining large blocks of IPv4 addresses. The central free pool was officially empty. Regional registries kept rationing their leftover scraps, but the message was clear. The original internet had run out of room. But here's the part almost nobody expects. The wildest twist is coming because the internet didn't collapse. The rescue trick is called Network Address Translation, or NAT. Your home router takes one public address and quietly shares it among every device inside your house. Your laptop, phone, and TV all hide behind a single number, invisible to the outside world. One address does the work of dozens. That's why your phone and your laptop can share one connection without ever colliding out on the open internet. NAT bought the world crucial time, but it's a patch, not a cure. It adds complexity, breaks some connections, and hides devices behind shared numbers. The real fix had to be a bigger address space entirely, one so vast we'd never worry about running out again. So engineers designed a replacement with an almost unimaginable amount of room, numbers stretching far beyond anything we can picture. The new standard, IPv6, uses 128 bits instead of 32. That produces around 340 undecillion addresses, a 340 followed by 36 zeros. It's roughly enough to give every grain of sand on Earth its own address, many times over. Scarcity essentially solved. To grasp that scale, imagine assigning a unique address to every atom on the surface of the planet, and still having plenty left. So if IPv6 is nearly infinite, why aren't we fully switched over? Because the entire internet, every router, server, and app, has to speak the new language too. That migration is expensive and slow, so the world runs both systems side by side, quietly upgrading year by year. Right now, both the old and new internet run at the same time, layered invisibly beneath everything you do online. There's also a hidden economy in old addresses. Because IPv4 is scarce, and used blocks are now bought and sold like real estate. A single address has traded for dozens of dollars, turning forgotten 1990s allocations into surprisingly valuable digital property. Scarcity, it turns out, always find a market. An abandoned block of numbers from decades ago can now be worth a small fortune to whoever holds it. So when you open a website, this whole hidden machine springs to life. A name becomes a number, a router shares an address, and packets race across shared or brand new address space to reach you. All of it invisible, all of it in a fraction of a second. The internet didn't run out of room and die. It quietly rebuilt its own foundations while you kept scrolling. An IP address is just a delivery label, and the story of running out of them is really the story of how the internet quietly saved itself.